Greetings, teachers. In the last video I sent you, I showed you how to use Google Forms for like a survey purpose or to have teachers or students check in. And so in this one, I'm going to show you how to build a test or even a lesson plan inside the Google form. So you see, you can create a question that the students have to answer, and then you can give them multiple ways of answering. You can create a drop-down box, you can create check boxes, you can do a line scale where they're like picking between 1 and 5, or you can do multiple choice, and then short answer or even long answer format are all really great ways for your tests. So there's some other cool things in here that you can do. So let's go back to multiple choice. So I can add a picture. So over here, I've got these things I can add, and I can add an image, and I can pick one from my computer by hitting browse. I go in, I'm in my pictures, and I've already downloaded a picture of mitosis. And so when I upload it, it's going to go right there and appear below the question. And actually, this is showed up as a new question. I can insert it into the image by clicking this button here into the question. So let me do that again. Okay, so now when the students see the question, and I can ask them something like, you know, which phase of this is whatever for mitosis, and then give them multiple choice options. And you can see I can keep adding options so that it doesn't have to be A, B, C. It could be A, B, C, D, E, or whatever. And I need to make all of these required. And I can also click this button here and shuffle the option order. So it's not always going to appear as 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it'll be 3, 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2. And then let me delete this image down here. I didn't mean to put it there. I can duplicate this slide. So maybe I want more than one question using this image. So there is a duplicate slide button down here at the bottom. And then it appears again, and then I can just change the question, change the options, and then I've got my next set of questions. Another thing I can do, let's add a new question, is I can insert a video. So here where it says add video on the side, when I click on that, it will give me a YouTube link. So a lot of us have been posting things to YouTube. I can do a search here. I could even paste the URL right in there, and I can say, watch this video and then answer this question. And it, of course, could be a short answer or a long answer or whatever. I can also use add text boxes down here. And so maybe I don't have a question for the students, but I want them to go to this website and read this. Or I want to give them some instructions and say, make sure you do 1 and 2 before you whatever. So there's lots of good options inside of the Google Forms. And that's why a lot of teachers are using that for both lesson plans and for quizzes and assessments. So the next thing I want to show you is if you go up here, we have talked about this in the previous video, but if you hit the preview button, you can put different backgrounds in it and different colors. You can change your font style. You could choose an image for your background, but I'm not going to do anything that. We talked about the preview image and I showed you that, but let's go over here to settings. This is what I want to show you. One, you do want to limit your students to 1 response, but we're going to go over here and we're going to click on the quizzes option, and we're going to make this a quiz. And now it's going to treat this more like a quiz as opposed to a survey. So you see it does assign point values to the questions, and it allows auto grading, which is really nice. Now I can release the grades to the students immediately after submission. So once they hit submit, it'll tell them their grade, or I can do it later after I manually grade it. And then I can also let them see if they miss a question, if they get correct answers and point values. I can show all of that. So I'm going to save that, and then that's going to open up some new options inside my test. So now that this is a quiz, when I go in at the top here, at the bottom, it gives me this answer key option, and you see that it says 0 points. So right now this test has no correct answer, and this question, and it's only worth 0 points. But if I hit answer key, it then allows me to select which one is the correct answer. You see I can actually have more than one correct answer. It allows me to change the point value. So I can make this however many points I want, and I can make each question different. And it allows me to give feedback. So I can tell them if they got the incorrect answer, this is what they should have remembered. Or if they got a correct answer, I can say, good job. I can also link them to a website or to a tutorial video to help them if they get the correct answer or not. And then I would have to go in and all of these do that. Okay, so I've gone in and added enough questions and points to make this total a 100. And now my test is finished. I added a section for them to enter their name, and I've hit the send option. So when I hit send, we talked about this, but I can do email, I can do a link, or I can embed it. I'm gonna grab the link, copy it, and then I can paste it. And I can actually even just paste this into a new window on my desktop, and the test comes up. So I'm gonna take the test, and we're gonna see how the responses go. I don't remember which one of these I said was right. I think it was option 3. Let's pick the wrong one, option 2. You see I added a second question, which I'm going to get right, and I'm going to submit this. So it says my response has been recorded, but it does not show me my grade, because you'll remember when I went to settings, I did not give it the automatic, give the student the immediate feedback. So even though it's graded automatically, the student doesn't know it yet. So I could come back to my test now. You see I have one response there, and it's gonna walk me through how to do it. So if I click on this, it allows me to see the response to each question. Now I'm gonna tell it I got it. Since this is my first time going in, it's gonna give me that help. So here's a summary of the overall grade, and then the answers that all come in. And if I click on the question, I can see that, but I wanna click on the individual and see how this person did so that I can let them know. So I'm on this individual, and there would be multiples in here, you see. And I just go through, I can see, yep, he got that one right, and he got that one right, and it actually scores it for me right here, 100 out of 100 points. So then I can enter that right in. Now, of course, if I'm doing one like this, where they have to correctly fill in the answer, I'm gonna have to go in and do that manually, and then let the student know when I enter their grade into RenWeb. All right, so I hope that helps you. I know we're all thinking through how we're gonna do this assessment piece, and this is one option that is available to you. All right, thank you guys.